showtime. It's showtime. We should have bells and gongs. Hey, we should have organized the
Well,
gong.
I have both of those. If you
I
would have
know,
told me,
and
I would have had them
I've got
handy.
bells and smells. So we're making a good team. Besides Krista and Trista, and so welcome everybody, and I'm so privileged and so happy to have Trista back on the show with me because she does like quite a few things Indian too, so it's definitely a beautiful resonance. Um, no, we're not going
Yeah.
tea. Coke? Which kind of Coke? Oh no, let's not even go there. So, hmm, we seem to have a problem when we do screen sharing, and I did want to share some amazing images, but that's okay. Okay, let's just Trista, to most of us, doesn't need much introduction. We know her as an amazing cat lady, an amazing, fabulous little witchy Christy. Hello, Millie Love, who has
I'm
worked with
good.
her beautiful tuning forks
Oh, I'm
and
gonna
is now doing
squeak. Like a
other
really, really
squeaking.
bad squeak. Yeah. Something's going on.
We're having a
And
little
that's like,
audio
oof.
stuff problems. Um,
That just
we did try and sort some
started.
of
Well,
these.
it happened earlier, but
Yeah,
then it
and
went
but then I
away.
turned that thing off. Let's see if that works any better. Is that any better?
No. It was for a
No.
second while you were playing with it, it was. And now it's doing it again.
Oh, um,
I wonder, I mean, because with the forks, I always turn off the echo cancellation and the noise, whatever they call it, and
well,
those
that's
ones
what
that I
I've
asked
done,
you to
and then
turn
it
off. So I wonder
squeaks.
if that's the problem.
No, that's when it squeaks. Which is so interesting because we're talking vibrations. So, what is this vibration doing?
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually one of the questions which I'll throw us right into is what does unheard frequency, what do you think? The frequencies that we don't hear, what do you think they're doing to us?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I think that we're pretty resilient. I think a lot more than we give ourselves credit for. Um, but you're right, like all vibration is going to affect us. So, yeah, it does. It does. But I think that we can, especially now that working with frequency and sound therapeutically is a thing, I think that that kind of helps to temper the everything else in the air that we're having to deal with.
Amazing. I think next time we
Okay.
must remember not to do Restream, we'll do StreamYard. That might be better, but thanks. It
Yeah, you
stopped
and
for
I had an
now.
echo when we were on restream. Yeah, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Millie and I.
They've both got their positive and negatives. But hey, we're learning all this
Yeah, it stopped
technology.
for. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't been able to handle
okay.
that for too long. That was like piercing
Well,
right
no,
through my
yeah.
brain.
That, and it's interesting that doesn't bother me. So I mean, one of the very few people that really don't have a problem with squeaking chalk on a board. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's often made me wonder what's wrong with me.
Oh, well, that doesn't bug me though, because that even came up when we were doing our would you or would you for money game, and I was like, yeah, that doesn't bug me. So I volunteered to be the one chalkboard.
Or to listen. Okay, so you did say
Close
that
everything. Oh, hang on. So someone's saying,
is to
okay, turn
close
off. You cleared the
everything.
air. Oh, another YouTube. Oh, okay. And I do. So let me get rid of those.
So what if we have a
Okay.
YouTube
So
on?
Currently, so I closed the other YouTube tabs that I had. There, everything is closed. There.
You can make a
Hopefully
fun
that's
out of
better.
anything in Debs. Thanks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know what? I do have to just clear the energy, and I do like to bring in the six sacred sounds of Buddha, the Om Mani Padme Hum, which just do so much. The sounds of the mantra of Lakshmi and the symbols and the colors. And I mean, thank God we've got so many wonderful things that have been passed down for so many millennia. So I love them. I think they sound extra special when they're out on the
Mm-hmm.
bed. Yeah. The sound is where does sound fit? I mean, smell is supposed to be one of the strongest, but it's the one that we've lost the most. I mean, sound can
Strongest.
trigger a memory so quickly.
Yes, I think I remember learning about this when I was taking a human memory class in university. And I think that the brain are close together or something like that, or that's what they were thinking at the time. That was like 25 years ago. So I'm sure that there's more research now. But I feel like that was the theory back then that memory and our olfactory senses were nearby. Hi, baby.
Hello, kitty cats. So, how did you actually get into working with the tuning forks?
Well, I had been doing
My
Reiki for a
fork's
long
frozen
time,
in there.
and um, I had a tuning fork the store I was working at, one of the customers, um, I started chatting with her, and I can't remember how this had come up, but a lot of times, like if a customer felt open to it and if their issue was something that I felt was energetic, then I might say so. Like, hey, have you thought about, especially like digestive things, like people with constipation, like what are you holding on to? And I would ask people that, stuff like
Mm.
that. And there was one lady, what it was, but I had brought something up like that, and she kind of energy work. And so then we started talking all about that, and and I went to see her because she's like I kind of almost specialize in healing other healers because there's so much that we can take on and blah 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 and whatever. So I went to see her, and that first time, I've really only been to her a handful of times, but that first time, like my feet really have had all sorts of different types of pain all through my life, and at
Mm.
that, and I limped there, and I walked out feeling like I was clouds. Like my feet felt perfect. And it's not like she rubbed them or touched them at all. She touched
That
the
is
end of the
just from the
tuning fork
sound.
to them. Yeah. Yeah. And so she did her thing. She also does light language and a whole bunch of other stuff. But like I had really, really good results from her. And that's what made me go, oh, there's something to this.
Yeah.
So that made me want to learn. And then I mentioned it to her, and she's like, well, I'll get you one tuning one because this is the simplest and blah blah blah. I'm like, I've been doing energy work for like 20 years. Like you hold my hand and assume that I'm doing things wrong and have no intuition, but okay. And then
Yeah.
she never ended up ordering anyway. So I was like, okay, so what can I do from here? And I just made a Facebook post. And one of my friends who I worked with at Planet Organic Market, so that's like I worked there from 2005 to 10, so 20 years ago. She trained me, in fact. So she was the cashier
Okay,
that I got to
awesome.
stand with. So and I knew that she did like Reiki and massage, but she commented that she does tuning forks and she teaches it and she can even hook me up with a set and whatever. So I was like, sweet. So I did that. And the forks that she uses are stainless steel, which is lovely. Like it sounds really great in theory, and they're very pretty, but they don't have a lot of like the. It doesn't last for very long, and they're not very loud. They're helpful. They
Okay.
definitely are therapeutic,
Interesting. Okay.
but they're different. Where are they? Hang on. Yeah, one sec.
Thanks, Malie.
No, you can't sit there. That's where Mom is sitting. Thank you.
Interesting. I'm just thinking, I mean, if it's because it works with somatic so much sound. So that's why it would be like extra beneficial for working with your digestive system and any of the liquid systems in our body.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
we're just
yeah.
doing this intuitive stuff,
Especially,
you know.
especially this. You can use this right on the body, and that'll help for lymph
Is that
drainage.
the
And
thunderbolt? Is that the thunder?
no, the thunder are these guys. This
Ah,
is just
okay.
this is a really low frequency, so this one you're not going to hear very well. Maybe a little bit.
Oh, can. I just saw the other day that they're actually working with sound frequencies for Alzheimer's right now, and they're having
Oh,
huge success with it. Yeah, yeah. Maybe
awesome.
you can chase some. I mean, I don't know. You'll chase whatever you want to chase, whatever becomes interesting. I got to
Yeah,
chase
yeah.
that. Yeah. So, okay, the different
That's
metals.
good
So
to know,
tell us
though. Yeah,
about that.
so they're wee little. This is the
Yeah.
longest one. And
Okay.
they can probably hear it pretty good through there,
Yeah.
maybe. Um,
Yeah. It's
yeah, and they
it's
feel
it's
nice.
fine now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I like these also because I make frequency water too, and I really like them for the frequency water.
Okay.
Each of them, like she in her training, she um, she had the body, so I let's see if I can hold this up without spilling it all. And then I put here
Mm-hmm.
where they're for, so solar, mid back, heart, waist, third eye, knees, palms, crown, root, occipital, and then the colors are for whether it's back is what
Okay. Oh, so you
the
so you
method to
work
my
with both.
madness
That's
there.
really nice. So you work with the front and the back chakra.
Yes, sort of. Don't often, honestly. I feel like I don't really have to have significant progress, but it depends on the client, and
It
it
depends,
depends
and I think it
on
depends on what the issue is.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and I
mean,
don't use
sometimes
these
you
a
need to
lot.
just.
I used them before I got my other ones, and I really kind of clear stuck energy. So if he and I got to a spot and was like, "Oh, this isn't really moving," then I'd grab a fork, and that would get things going.
Yeah, and you can hear it. Then it when the energy is cleared, that it just zing.
It sounds different.
Yeah, it just
It's
like
and it
it
feels
goes into
different.
another vibration, another dimension. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny
Yeah.
because so when I'm doing sessions, I have an Ohm track that I listen to that I put on, and it's like 3 hours long, so it covers most sessions. Um, and it's a 520 that they have in there. So then when I'm using my 528, it's funny because the first time I noticed this, so I was working on somebody at the 528, and I was like, why does this not match the music? It literally sounded like it wasn't the same frequency as the music. And usually you do the same, like they're just perfect.
Mm.
I was like, oh. And then, so I just kind of kept with it. And then as the energy cleared, it started to sound normal again. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's so interesting.
I
I
see.
understand
I
that.
see how it is.
Okay. Yeah. And it's yeah, I always say it's that clear, that clarity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would work on houses, and when I did like aromatherapy on bodies after I'd done the massage to make sure that the energy was all cleared. And then on homes in the rooms, and you can actually hear it. It's just like
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so a whole nother frequency. So
Yeah.
so you were trained, you was kind of taught a huge amount by
So
the
yeah, she like her whole system. It's like you do this, and then you put it here and put one there. You do it 3 times, and if you don't know if you did it 3 times, the third or don't do it another time, and like those kinds of little rules. And I'm just not big on the rules. I work intuitively, right? So
hmm,
I found it, and I mean I love her, but I found it really convoluted and hard to remember. And I struggled, like I'd write down all the steps so that I could have, something nearby to look at or whatever, but it just didn't resonate. so um so I started just using them kind of here and there during Reiki sessions instead. And then when I started getting the other ones, and those ones work really well in the energy field. So that's what I do. So when I'm doing like a formal session, because I have other ones that are like, for pain or anxiety and that kind of thing.
hmm,
But like what I've done is kind of laid out my own formula ability. So I'll usually start at most always, but some people not so much. But usually start at, and like from feet to ankles to knees to hips. And if I feel if I feel something that needs to, well, and I'll go through with a pendulum as well, and the pendulum will be very insightful. And usually those are the ones where I will feel something off, and then I'll work in the energy field with the chakra. Otherwise, it's kind of Reiki and bowl between each chakra, and then the forks in the energy field for those spots that kind of indicate that they want, a little bit more love. And then that's kind of how
hmm.
I do my sessions. And then lots of crystals all over the place and stuff too, of course.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to that just now. There's something else that I want to ask you now. With the knowledge that you have with the and you've seen it over and over again, how sound frequency heals and can destroy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Um, are there things that you have? I mean, you mentioned that you do frequency water,
Mm-hmm.
so you do that. So, are there other things that you work with that, or that you would definitely not do anymore in your life because you know the
Sorry, that I won't do anymore because I
yeah, yeah, that kind of stuff.
um um
It's $1 million question, huh?
not
Exposing
really. Like
you.
I'm kind of bad that way. I shouldn't word it that way, but yeah, I'm kind of um yeah, I'm not so mindful as I probably should. But again, it's because I feel like getting back into balance really much of a challenge as it maybe once. I think that we're really resilient and can recover from that
Okay.
kind of thing a lot better than we think that we do. Believe that we will. Hi.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to smile for you. Extra, extra. Um,
Yeah, so I don't know if that makes sense.
Sort of,
And
but it
maybe,
does. In a way. I mean, maybe I'm just because I mean, but I mean, okay. So you do your water. So you do that. You do regularly. I mean, I do crystal water, or
well,
just at least talk
so
to my
my
water.
water that I drink, I don't, I should, um,
No,
but I will. But I
and
have
maybe you
like
will.
positive
Maybe keep.
messages all
Yeah.
over my water pitcher. Frequency water that I was talking about, I clients. So if a client has like a modality really long session, then I give them that as like a free gift, and I'll
Okay.
usually charge it with the chakras that kind of indicate that they want more love, and then I'll write positive phrases that they can use, like affirmations or whatever kind of comes to me at the time, um, on a little sticker that I put on the bottle as well. So here, I'll show you. Oh, I should hang on one second because my skirt's really short. So
Oh
I'm
la
just
la.
gonna shut off my
Scotty's in the
camera
house.
for.
There's nothing to worry about. Oh no, we've got into blackout. Hey everybody. I hope this isn't a repeat of what you've heard Trista say. I'm trying to get her to open up and answer different questions, I hope.
What was that?
I said I'm going to try get you to answer different questions to
Oh,
what
yeah,
you've
for
maybe heard
sure.
before.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that
So,
sometimes it's just like, you listen to somebody in an interview and every time you hear them, it's the same stuff and it's like, oh.
yeah. So I have 70s, and I put the symbols on them, and then is tune them to each chakra, and then, with mind, infuse it with color, Reiki. I use vocal toning, crystals, and this is made from moon and sun water. And what else?
You've got a short skirt, Trista. You don't have to smile anymore. All is forgiven.
Say no pants. I mean, I guess kind of, but like, because if I was in public, I'd be wearing pants with this
Okay,
dress.
I'm
That's for
blushing for
sure.
you. We've got Scotty in the house, I only talk to Scotty in red parts, the blushing.
So yeah, so I pour it into a spray bottle and give it to people to take home, and then I
Okay, but
encourage them
I'm
to
not
use
going
it.
to wrap you over the
Sorry.
knuckles now. Sorry, darling. I'm wrapping you over the knuckles. You need
Oh.
to do this for yourself as well. Because, like, I'm just thinking that frequency water, if you just
Yeah,
have one in your bathroom and you just use a pipette and just put in even 2 or 3 drops into your bath water, would just absolutely be amazing.
it would. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
don't bath though. I tend to shower. My
okay,
bathtub's not
well,
comfortable,
then you'll have to drink it.
but like ugh, what is my hair doing? But like I suggest to everybody else too, like, and I should make. I don't have any for myself. I take better care of other people than I do of my
But we do
civilization I've been
that. This is
making
what's really
recently.
sad, and it's like, it's that self-love stuff and loving yourself
Yeah,
enough to actually feel worthy enough to actually be healed. I'm talking for,
yeah, and I see it in a lot of different
and it's not
things
just
coming
you.
up again and
It's
again.
a problem. It's the shoemaker's children have no shoes. That kind of story.
Yeah,
Yeah, and as many of our mothers said to us, like a linen spray. That's awesome, Lily. Yeah, or just an air spray, an aroma spray. Beautiful.
well, I that's what I tell clients to do is like use it intuitively. Spray
Yeah,
yourself, spray your bed or your pillow before you go
yeah.
to sleep. Spray you want to,
Do you
and then
add
I make
any
the joke spray
aromatherapy oil
who are
to it?
pissing you off. Just
Yeah.
sorry,
Do you add any aromatherapy to it?
no,
So it's just
no,
water. Yeah,
it's just water. Yeah,
yeah,
and it's just tap
yeah.
water. I should buy spring water
Well,
next time I do it, but well, tap but filtered.
yeah.
Oh, geez, what's going on? Is everybody okay? I don't
Yeah,
know.
we
The
need we
cats are
need
weird.
to take like a little bit more care of ourselves and heal ourselves, because that's yeah. Because that's why I asked you if this. I mean, like my father did, was in plastics, and as the years went on, and he learned about plastics. It was in the early days, the new plastic fantastic era in the early 70s. We had
Mm-hmm.
no
Mm-hmm.
plastic anymore in our home to definitely not to eat with. No
Yeah,
plastic
yeah.
bowls, no
That I
plastic
don't do.
because
Yeah,
of the emissions. I mean, he knew about that.
yeah.
Like, Mary Wong. Hi, Mary. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't eat off plastic.
Yeah. Well, now we know that, but those people didn't know that in those days.
Yeah,
Everything was
yeah.
plastic, and it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But the emissions are hectic, yeah, and very
Yeah.
toxic. So yeah, like I say, we just got like self-love and self-care, and it's very simple. Don't make it complicated. I mean, I know that when I do a bath, I always do the figure of eights, the infinite, and that I've been doing for virtually the China days, long time. So that's since the 80s. So I just always turn that water around in my bath. Now we're squeaking again. The mouse has
Yes.
come back. I
Yes.
don't know why, so now I'm going to turn
Yeah, I
it
don't
on
know what
again.
triggered it because, like, you were just going to this and it started
Yeah.
again.
It, are we squeaking? Yeah, now I've turned it
Yeah.
off.
Oh, oh, that's better.
That's better. Maybe we have to just keep
I
it.
think so.
No, it's like clanking. Have to
It's
just
like a night head.
keep cranking the car.
Hi,
Um,
Mary. It's feedback, Victor says. So how do we fix
yeah,
it? And why did it just start suddenly? Well, a restart suddenly.
yeah,
I
for
do
no
not have
reason.
any YouTube tabs open. I have no tabs. Do you have any YouTube tabs open?
No, 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 no,
Okay.
no. Yeah, squeezing and echoing. Um, there's been like I mean that for me was huge. I mean back way back before chromatics became a big thing. We were just playing with iron filings and the Steiner stuff. He's so amazing, really, guys. They actually another
Oh
person
yeah.
also tried to really destroy a lot of his work or hold it down. But he was very unique. His work was totally unique. Yeah, he wasn't part of any group, and he just channeled on every single subject you can imagine. Yeah, so not, as I said, not easy to read, but maybe we'll get into
Yeah.
some of his stuff. But just like if you see Steiner stuff, just like maybe you embrace it. Um, because yeah, he was talking. I mean, that's also a lot of really, really simple stuff. Yeah, and making your own aromatherapy oils and working with the higher devas and angels and frequencies and all that stuff he covered. No, let me just check on my other channel if I have YouTube open. No,
See, one of you is a YouTube denier. I'm gonna assume my phone is fine. Right? That's not doing it, is it? Because that I have open, but I'm
but
streaming on
my
my
phone's not on.
computer.
It's okay.
I have no other tabs open at all, but I do have YouTube on my phone. I just don't feel like that's related.
I don't think it's
But
because
correct me if I'm
my phone
wrong,
goes
smart people in the audience.
closed down. I'll just remember, and I usually do actually when I don't even have, oh, I do have YouTube. I don't, I don't use it.
Yes,
So,
the volume is
yeah.
down.
So what
Yeah.
is the heart frequency? Because it's different to what I thought it was. I was doing a little bit more today. What frequency
Sorry?
do you use there for the heart chakra?
It depends. It depends on the person and what I'm feeling there and what I'm led to do. Because I
Okay.
of the ones that you can hear, like the unweighted ones, I have five. So I pick one to each chakra if I wanted to, but I don't feel led to do that anyway. Because what the forks do is reflect the stagnant energy back to the body so that the body can correct it to its optimum or optimal frequency. So it's not really the fork so much, but it's you. It's you correcting
Okay.
it. It reflects it. if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
I
so it
would
depends.
say look at it.
If I'm working on somebody and in their heart chakra, I'm feeling a lot of um, a lot of static, then I'll use the 417. I like the 417 for like breaking up stuff that feels really stuck. And then usually what I'll do is go through with that one first. And then once it feels clear, then I'll go through with the 528 afterwards because the 28 is more like a feather duster. It just smooths everything over really nicely.
Yeah. Well, that's the 528 is the love frequency, but it's not for the heart. In
That's
fact, they use it actually more for the what's not. I mean, kind of perimeter of walls. That they use it for the solar plexus chakra.
so I'll use it wherever it needs to be
Yeah.
used, right? Like I don't, and I'm scared of those things that are like this is the frequency you have to use for this one. This
Oh
is the
no no
frequency
no
that
no
you have to use for that
no.
one. I don't subscribe to that at all.
I think
Even
things have
though like the
changed.
yeah, and even though
The
the set that
rules
I
were
the other
very. I
set that I
mean,
have,
all the stuff like all of the mysteries weren't allowed to be taught, and everybody's like dabbling in them. Yeah, so many of the rules have changed, and as I've said many times on this channel, is just breathe light up and down your spine. So we
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
I know that we're working with the Shushumna, with the Shushumna energy, and that's clearing it, and that will at the same time clear your chakras. If you work with your chakras, please do it. I'm not going to prescribe a specific meditation for your chakra. You go find your own one because we were just discussing. I'm working mainly with the three, but I mean, I still work a lot with because I don't have tuning forks. So yeah, if I had to like buy one or two tuning forks just for my own personal use, what would you recommend? Would you analyze me personally, individually, or is there like a kind of one size fits all?
So what I did when I was getting my first ones is I got the 174 because that one can be really good for pain and anxiety. So
Ah,
since I deal
okay.
with those things, I was like, okay, this will be a good introductory one.
Yeah.
And then I also got the sonic slider, which is a frequency of oh, it doesn't even tell us. I think it's in the 50s. Like it's a low frequency, and it's like the Schumann's like 64
Yeah.
point 62.64 and 54.81. So like so random, right?
Yeah, that's
But then the
one of the
difference between them
questions
is
because
what
Schumann
makes a difference.
resonance is just so wonderful that we need to tune into that even more so now. But it's also changing.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So
everything is
yeah, so this was
changing.
my
There's
other one
nothing
that I got because
like
I wanted one that I could use on the body and then one that I could use in the energy field. So then the weighted
yeah.
one that I got is a sonic slider because she talked about using it on the face and and yeah, it being really good for, for pain and that kind of thing physically. So that's why I chose those two, but it depends on what someone's dealing with and what they want to use their forks
Mm.
for. So the 222 is really nice. But yeah, it depends. It really depends.
Yeah. I
So
mean, it's yeah,
yeah, because the 528 is really, really nice, but it's so delicate,
mm.
you
I'm
know?
sure it's very
So I don't use
fragile.
it for everything because
Yeah.
it's such a light and floofy
Mm.
kind of energy, and that's not always what you need. So, and that's another reason why I don't, use one per chakra.
Mm. Well, that's why at the moment a lot of my meditation and focus is on the base chakra, the heart chakra, and the crown chakra right now. That's enough. It's just creating that.
And that makes sense too because like chakra's changing.
Mm.
And so the lady who I got those tunings from, she's very intuitive, and that's one of the things she talks about is how our chakra system seems to be not just where we're learning more about the upper and lower ones,
Mm.
but also the ones in our body are almost kind of fusing together. Like there's the heart in the center, and then they're becoming one, and the upper ones are becoming one. And I find that really fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm feeling for, and that's very much for humanity, is that a lot of the three basic, the base chakras, because that's our, our thought, our emotions, and our body, because I would say 90%, can be found, 80% of humanity are really stuck in those three chakras.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
obviously been traumatized. So they are actually starting to just automatically dissolve. This is part of the whole energy, the ascension energy, whatever you want to call it, that is just lifting every man, woman, child, animal, plant, stone, water molecule into a higher frequency. So
Mm-hmm.
those chakras aren't going to be so pronounced anymore. So people will just be able to focus on higher things. Which brings me back then to the base, to the Earth Star,
Mm-hmm.
um, which I think is really important to connect with, even though those other chakras are actually loosening or kind of fading or joining,
Yeah.
fusing. But it's really important to actually connect with our Earth Star.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, and for me, I've always like meditated from the top down. So it's normal for me. I used to like really back from the bottom up. Um, but that was still in the 80s, and somebody told me about the Earth Star, and that was like, just imagine like this very deep ruby red cable going deep, deep, deep into the earth and connecting with the deep dark ruby at the bottom. And when I discussed that with you, you came up with thunder, which is the thunder. Ding, ding, ding. Can you do the thunder for us? Or was it? Was it not a party trick?
Which I've got the
Any
two,
of
right?
them?
So we'll do this guy first.
Okay. That's very nice. I really feel that down at the bottom. That really works there, and that's always like fascinated me. I mean, especially when I went through my no, that was after my awakening. But when I went to America, before I went to America, the music I listened to got wilder and heavier and heavier. I mean, I was really like a little worried about myself. Um, I had these Russian people that I was working with. She just laughed and she said, "Don't worry about it." And then she said, "Because the higher you go, the deeper you go." So, I mean, I was really listening to heavy drum and bass and like heavy, heavy rock.
Nice.
And I said, "No,
Yeah.
it's not heavy enough. It's not heavy enough." And then, I mean, if you hear the Buddhists when they chant, when they do Om, it's no sweet Om up here. It's really down here because they're obvious. I mean, they're up here so much. So the higher you are here, the deeper the resonance
Mm-hmm.
needs to be because we are on this earth.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, and they get really deep.
Yeah.
The other thing I like to do
Mm.
is, and we did speak about that before. I mean, we don't all have is to vibrate with the sound of the chakras, to do that chant, but to really feel it in that chakra. If you don't know them, you can
Mm-hmm.
easily hear them, but to actually feel the vibration in each particular chakra. Can you
Sorry, you're
turn
cutting out a little bit. Are you talking? You sorry? Are you talking about vocal toning?
yeah,
I just missed the. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, vocal
Yeah.
toning. So if you don't
Yeah. That's
know
powerful. Yeah.
the lam, ram, yum, just you can even
Oh,
use
yeah. You
om.
use those ones. Of course you do.
Yeah,
Because there's also ones that are just more like vowel sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the Indian women have such amazing skins because, and such, yeah, and youth because they are using those mantras, which is resonance all the time in their bodies, working with the fluids all the way through. Obviously, each person has their specific mantra that they prefer, and that's also why Africans have written very interesting stuff. Interesting
I I would also
disease and
argue
skins.
that part of it might be because of the copper that they use, because
Oh,
copper is
absolutely.
really
Yeah, they use a lot of
fantastic. Yeah,
copper. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean,
yeah.
African,
For
their whole
cooking and
native
stuff. Yeah,
system. Yeah,
yeah.
but that's why they sing so differently, and they chant and they hum very differently. Their whole nasal system is completely different to ours. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, that was also just something which was just so interesting, and that before there's any rituals or any gatherings done or any meditation, there's always chanting or singing or mantra or drumbeat or something because it actually stirs, for me, it stirs the thalamus and that whole energy system through sound frequency within our body, which actually prepares us for that.
Yeah, grounds you first
Well, I don't know about grounding
as
more.
well.
Actually prepares the body for what's coming next, yeah. Oh. Um, so what I've also been doing for a while now is when I work with my chakra system is I mean I've got as you know about it. And the chakras guys they never still. They're always moving. Okay. And then cow cats, absolutely. I mean, everything vibrates to music. Because when they I don't know about cow cats, but I mean, that's cats. I mean, well, Peter has to come, but let's get away from the, are we squeaking again?
And you were squeaking again. Yeah.
The spiritual stuff. I mean, they've just found, the cows get better milk when they listen to rock and roll music, actually, and classical. So this is so weird because I turn it off
There we go.
and then I
Whatever
turn
you
it on
did.
again. Hmm? Now I turn it off and then I turn it on. I just toggle the switch. What was the other thing I was going to say? Jumped out my mind. Oh, right. But maybe not that right now. So, yeah, the effect of the music. I mean, I've seen like a lot of, I mean, yeah, I've gone through so many different phases of music and different huge collections that I've sold or lost or whatever. I was actually thinking, I think I still have an amazing collection of music on Spotify. I don't do it anymore. And on, what was it? I on SoundCloud. That was another trick of mine. But I listen right now. I'm just in another space, and I really just listen to a lot of Indian chants because a lot of them are like drum and bass. So I like that. And a lot of the mantras, just that kind of music. Sometimes a bit of opera, but now I'm so out of like processed music from the West at the moment. That's coming from another space right now, really interesting. Whereas music was like, for me, like for many, our biggest first awakening.
Oh,
Oh,
doing
we're
it
going to
again.
have to maybe stop this and we'll continue this another time because this is going to be very irritating.
Yeah.
Um,
Ow. I'm surprised that my cats, one of them like sat up and looked really in, but they didn't seem to care all that much. Now they're not in the so maybe they did.
mhm. Yeah, no,
it's
yeah,
freaking out. Yeah.
yeah, they hear differently.
It's a
Did you tell
giant
her to
mouse.
jump? Oh, you've got it. Okay, interesting. Millie said that it happened before. I've never heard it before, Millie. So you're definitely on a different frequency. So nobody's ever mentioned that it squeaks. But I will have to get a mic. I think it'll be better for me as well. But my computer's also really old, and I think it's got tea in it. And I'm getting a lot of feedback from Trista's mic. Okay.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
don't
I
think that
remember
it's
it
ever done that
being had.
before. Oh, now I can't hear you.
Okay. I don't know who my Celie is. Thanks, Steve. I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, sound is, I mean, it's huge and it's being used for, I mean, especially in the last 100 years in the West, as I mean, well, Nikola Tesla was doing some really interesting things with frequency, very destructive as well, which is how I do believe that 911 went down, which was with frequency.
Well, and I would argue probably using it when they built the pyramids.
Well,
That's my
absolutely.
guess.
That's, we were all discussing that back then in the 50s and the 60s, that
Yeah.
it was with sound frequency. Yeah. I was just there's something really some of Jimmy's most amazing, like anyway, but how he spoke to the rock before, and then he was going to drill. First, he asked the rock if he could, and he was going to drill some particular things in the rock. And when he went out again for the ceremony, he said he's drilled in rock for decades. And when he drilled in this, it was literally like just going through putty. He said, what kind of a rock was it? You know, just because I'd attention to it and prepared it. It was just like really just like very interesting how it responded to his, what would you say, prayers, intention that he put beforehand. Yeah, just it, and that's, I mean, it's all over the world, all those incredible stones, and how did they get there, and most of them didn't come from the areas, and they, oh yeah, I was just listening to that some of the stones in the pyramid are like as big as you can take them.
And they don't come from anywhere.
Well,
That's the
that's
other
one
thing.
thing, yeah, yeah, and they've like got magnetite in them, so I mean they were really working. And let's not forget that the Earth is like 80% crystal
Mm-hmm.
and quartz crystal. So is it not stressing your dog out? Yeah. Oh, kitties have different hearing. Yeah, when I was a kid,
So since we haven't been doing any forks, I shut off the things in mine. So maybe that'll help. Echo cancellation and turn them on. I mean, and then noise suppression. We'll see if that helps.
oh, okay, because that's when it squeaks, and I have to like,
Yeah, I don't know if that's what's doing it. I've never had that happen before. Just in case I do the forks, but we'll see.
it's okay. You're hearing my very high frequency here. It's fine. It's like a little while. Um, so yeah, I mean the effective music that we're listening. I mean it's just so like really important, like what music
Mm-hmm.
you're listening to. So back in the long time, we would just put iron filings on the speaker, and if you play Beethoven's Ninth, it actually
Mm.
formed a Mogodovit. And that was just from the
A what?
no
Sorry.
fancy equipment, just from the vibration of the speaker. Yeah, and
Mm.
like heavy rock and roll, it would just go quite chaotic.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that absolutely, just like whatever music you want to hear, it's fine, but just choose it carefully, especially the words, because they do make
Y-
you
yeah.
an
And you
earworm.
know what I find? Like if I'm in a foul mood, I'll put on music that mood and
Yeah,
then slowly build up, right, to where I want to instead of where I was. And just like each song kind of make it a little bit lighter or whatever you want to call
yeah.
it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Totally hear that. Yeah. I mean, I used to put on like really nasty music when I came home and I was in a bad mood. It's like, hey,
Yeah,
just get
I
it
was
out of it.
it's funny cuz like towards the end there of my job, I was listening to heavy metal on the way home to clear my brain
Yeah.
because that
Oh,
would be
totally.
what would bring me peace, which is so sad.
Oh. It was so,
Yeah.
well, yeah, but yeah. But thank God for music. Eh? Thank God
Yeah.
for music. Yeah. Um, my son was studying music technology, and there would be so many different kinds of music in my home, and some like, I mean, I would call, my daughter used to listen to like heavy, hard, like the screaming. Marilyn Manson was tame.
Mm.
And she'd listen to the stuff and she would like up and carry on. How on earth she did this, I don't know. But anyway, different generation, different patterns. Um, and I would sometimes find that the music would just irritate me. And it's like, yeah, stop.
Mhm.
And I would stop myself and say, okay, it's not irritating them, it's irritating me. I have the problem with it. What can I do is there anything I can do? And I would just play with my body and I would I would listen from a different chakra point.
Oh,
Very interesting.
interesting.
Very, very interesting. Yeah. So you're either listening from your heart or from your solar plexus or taking it right down. Yeah. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I used to, Scotty, and also I used to like turn on silence. I was very like auditory. So I would turn on music and I would turn on silence. And next to never, ever, ever, ever listen to the radio. But
Mm-hmm.
music was always a definite choice what I was listening to. But that in the feng shui thing, I mean, it's some people just have to have the radio, and it's fine. I understand now. Earth people like to have the radio or the television going all the time. Um, wood and water people are very specific in the things that they listen to. Yeah.
Hmm.
So also very, very, and it's always right. It's always right. 99%. Nice. 98% right. So, okay. So when I had this work done with these Russian people, okay, this we're getting back to your healing, okay, which is why I went healing because we're not seeing that. So I just think I'm just thinking about that quite strongly again today. So unfortunately, they couldn't even tell me how they worked, but they went to university. They were doctors and gynecologists and surgeons, but they'd gone to university in Russia to fight for behavior. So you just lie down on this like a boy. He would sit there with a book, and she would not even go into a trance. I mean, she obviously went into it in like 3 seconds, and you would literally feel that you were floating. Um,
Hmm.
because I know my son went first, my Jeremy at the time, and he said, "Oh, that was so wonderful, just like I was on a roller coaster." And he had some like really heavy work done, but he was like, "It was just on a roller coaster." And she goes out and she talks to him obviously in Russian, so and he draws pictures of what she's seeing.
Hmm.
And then I'm not sure exactly what they did, but because of all the trauma, etc., that I've had. And I know that I figured that out over the times in my life that when things got really bad, I would start to sigh. My voice would close up, and it goes back to childhood stuff. I mean, when I had my awakening, I would just like make all weird and wonderful noises because I did weird and wonderful noises and I didn't allowed to do them like most kids. Um, so what had happened was that my chakras had actually got totally out of balance. They had moved places. Like my base chakra was no longer there. My base chakra was here, and my throat chakra was in my base.
Hmm. So,
And this is like hugely, so we like walk trauma, any trauma like that, sexual trauma, all sorts of traumas. And I mean, with my teaching later on, when we worked a lot with combining chakras, which is like very interesting that you can work with different chakras and how they actually they before your throat chakra further up into your jaw, your access down into your heart. So these are a lot of things that actually need to be balanced. And you work with that, or work with, I mean, obviously you work with different theories and combinations of chakras.
so I'll often see the colors of another chakra in chakra I'm working on. So I think that's
Mm.
probably similar, like what's happening there. And it'll usually come through in a picture that I can kind of relay to the client and happening here. So if it was like, so you said base chakra and throat, so I think that you are having a hard time expressing yourself.
Oh no, I stuttered.
And
I
it's
stuttered completely.
and it's reflecting in your how safe you feel in yourself, maybe in a financial ways. Like that's what that dynamic. And then honestly, I would just work
I
on
know, it
each
was
of the
called
chakras.
suicidal. I had
Sorry?
money, it was just called suicidal. I would like serious stuff.
Mm,
And like it's yeah. So I mean, do you see, I mean, when I work on people, I see a heck of a lot inside. They
I
must be inside.
yeah, I see pictures. So sorry, this is in the cat's way. So and I'll interpret them as if I was interpreting like a piece of art or a dream, like whatever symbols are in those pictures and colors and things like that. So that's kind of how I oh, have a good day, Victor. That's how I would or that's how it comes to me is in those kinds of images, and then I'll figure it out from there. And surprisingly, uh, it's surprisingly accurate sometimes. If I'm sitting there going like this sounds
That's probably
like the
what, yeah.
person will be like, oh, totally right, yeah, yeah.
Mm, mm.
And then sometimes the pictures are just something that's meaningful to them as well, like maybe an animal that they like or don't like or whatever. Whereas I'm like I don't know why I'm seeing this, but I'll tell them, and then they'll be able to kind of give me the feedback about it. Yeah. So that's how I see things. And I started doing that on my channel too every once in a while. I'll do like energy readings where I'll whoever wants to like feel into their energy and see what comes up for me. So that's fun. I thought it was just a Reiki thing, and then when I started, I don't need to turn the Reiki on to do this.
Mm.
And even if I do healing energy is nice, but
But I do think that after a session like that, which is like so powerful, I mean, we take, I don't think we take the power of the healings so it's not serious. It's not the word. Um, we're not responsible is not the word, but they're all kind of the words that are there. And it's actually to support that healing. Um, afterwards. Otherwise, it's like going to church and being forgiven every Sunday, and then you're like kind of messing around in the week. Because I know I had like quite a few, and they were very simple prescriptions. It was just eating, and it was like fasting with apples. So she worked a lot on the Edgar Casey stuff. They could read English, but they couldn't talk it. A lot of people here in Germany, I know they're the same. They don't talk it. You read it, but they don't talk it. Yeah. So and colonic cleansing and what else was there? I can't remember. It's fun. And I know that I don't think that without that work I would have actually completed going. I mean, I would have, but it was all part of the process of going, selling everything and going to America, which was like huge. Yeah. So, so I just think that it's like
Hey,
really
Lottie.
important to actually support that healing that you have. Otherwise, why have it?
Sorry, what I missed.
I said it's important to me, it's my feeling, to actually support the healing that you're going with. Otherwise,
Yeah.
why have it?
Yeah, definitely.
If you want the healing, then be serious about it.
Yeah.
Well, be
Yeah.
halfway serious about it. I mean, she said to me at the time, Trista, Charles, you didn't think God was so difficult, eh? I said, no. No. When did I go? In the 90s, yeah. So, yeah, interesting. Nothing else is interesting stuff with frequency. I mean, it's just, as if my one brain cell was running around today. And I mean, I knew that Saraswati, that her instrument is basically the chakra system.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And I was thinking, I mean, it goes down to the guitar as well.
Yeah.
It's the
Or the lute.
It's very much like the chakra. And then the frets are your chakra systems, and the strings are your nadis. So, but they have the Indians and the Chinese completely different scale and a different type of hearing. The Indians don't just have one note; they have many notes in between when you get to the one.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And the Chinese work on the more the syncopated scale. And it takes a little while, not everybody likes the music. But it's also interesting, if you just play the black notes on a piano, it's always in tune. It always makes a nice sound. There's no discord. Yeah, I think, I mean, for me, it's really opening up more again how serious it's serious. I mean, it's fabulous and serious and a lot of fun, obviously. But that was for me what went wrong in the previous in this creation, was that it was a note that was out. And into the Chinese talk about it, and the Vedics talk about it. And I think, I'm not sure, I think that the Gnostics also talk about it, that there was a note in this creation, how it let in Saruman or satanic verses or whatever, and we just feel it. Just interesting. There's nothing more horrible than an untuned instrument. So, yeah, I mean, that's why what irritated me, this back reverb. So, we will try again, and again to say goodbye and love us very much. And look at Saraswati, because she is...
Yeah, I love her. That was almost going to be Cushy's name. When Cushy was a little white kitten, that was one of the first names that I uttered.
Yeah.
Because I wanted another goddess, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't go for that. It didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And she ended up being not very white anyway, so...
Yeah. Well, Saraswati does resonate, and it's very interesting because Saraswati comes from the brain. She comes from the mind. She thinks things. She is intellect. She's not, I mean, obviously she works from the heart, but she's not, doesn't come first from the heart. She comes from the brain. My dog is chatting a lot aloud. Okay, my lovely ones, go Millie. Enjoy. Thank you everybody for being here. Um, yeah, the me. So sorry about the echo. And next time I have a guest, I will work with another platform because I used to. I forgot. So Trista, thank you very much. I hope that you will join us again
My
without so much
pleasure.
interference. And Scotty, we're sorry that you
So,
missed the short skirt, but we got Trista to smile for you. So we love and leave you, everybody, and yeah, be safe, be amazing. There's lots of plasma energy, lots of sound frequencies pouring in from out there. Plasma is just blocking on this planet at the moment. Energies are pumping.
and
Who
if you
needs
didn't know,
absolutely we don't.
oh, there's 7 people in here. They probably all know. But if you didn't know, I'm doing like 11-minute free sessions in the morning. So I drop them at 3 my time. So you can extrapolate from there. That's mountain. And yeah, little bite-sized sessions for the morning to kind of get you going. So if
They
you
are
want to
really
know
nice.
that,
They're 11
check that
minutes
out.
and they're absolutely wonderful. If you, especially if you tune in live, I always think a live tune in is a little
Those
bit
ones I
more.
don't do live. I don't do
Hmm?
live because
The ones
those
we're
ones I
not doing live, no.
no, yeah, yeah. Because if I want to be consistent, then I've got to do them up and schedule them
Yeah.
in there. I'm not getting up at 6:33 or at 6 to do that.
Well, you'd have to
Sorry.
be up earlier, yeah. I hear you, love. We're going to go out now, my little unicorn. He's squeaky boy. Yeah, they do a lot of, and it's interesting how they do a lot of dog training here with those whistles, which we can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
Where they move
Oh,
and click with dogs.
awesome, Scotty. Says they're great for short meditations. Yeah, they would be.
Yeah.
And
No,
Lottie,
no,
you can
they're
watch it
really nice.
whenever. You can
Really
watch it
nice.
whenever because it's just a post. It's not a live. So just watch it at your convenience.
Mm.
There's one a day so far. So far so good. Although I don't have tomorrow's up yet. So you know
Oh, well, you better go and do that now. You've got time to do that.
yeah.
So thanks for the hugs, everybody, and thank you everybody for being here. And Trista also does a Sunday call. Don't you do that?
Oh, Nuestra Tabula Rasa. Yes. I think
Yeah.
everyone here
A
knows about
pink
that.
slate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's me, Millie, Victor, and Lucky. And that's a lot of fun. It's usually spiritual topics, but we've been branching out a little bit. So that's always a good time. For
Cool, everybody. So yeah, energize your water. We're listening to it. I have such amazing results when I sing to the mother. Any time I sing, do you do light language? No. Okay.
no light language.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Some days
Even
I
just
do it.
putting water on your heart
Yeah.
and just infusing it that way, heart or solar, whatever you feel called.
Hmm. And keep
That'll
humming.
help too.
That's I've said for a long time. Just get that resonance going in your whole body because it does clean the chakras and it makes people like Trista's life a lot easier as well if you've been humming because you've loosened up some of the debris. So it's much easier to actually
Yeah.
let it go. And just remember to drink extra water when you do listen to those tuning forks.
Good.
Because
Yeah, very good advice. Yeah.
the body is then like detoxing again.
And breathe when you're listening to them as well. Like if you feel like you're holding your breath,
Yeah.
like one that you can hear as you're exhaling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, breathing. It's all in the breath as well. It's all in the breath.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, remember how things do change. I mean, I did have, but I don't, I'm not putting up the images right now. But are the Dr. Yusui, the water images, and those are the original ones where he just, used like polluted water and just had just prayed over it, or had monks chanting over it, but just praying over it, or just like very simply, as you say, taking it to your heart, loving your. It's about loving
Anything.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
yeah. So
even
you do enter into that
because
frequency.
Veda Austin works with water in much the same way,
Yeah,
and she even had like where she had been working in her garden, saw a snail, and she was like, oh, and she kind of like liked seeing it, and probably bonded with it a little bit, and then that night when she was putting her water to freeze, or when she looked at what had frozen, there was an image of a snail in the water that she had frozen,
no,
which I think is so cool. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that just ties into what I'm feeling right now, and what's happening is that we've really, that whole web is just becoming alive and igniting on so many different webs of the communication all over. Yeah. So what I'm thinking, it's a butterfly principle. I just do with water, the energized water, 4, 5, 6 times a day whenever I go out with my dog. So, and send it.
And programming our water, and then we take our water in, then really we expel it, it's still charged, and then we're goodness to the earth
Absolutely.
in our pee,
Well, that's what I say.
which
You do,
sounds
yeah.
silly, but but
No,
it's
it's
true. Yeah.
absolutely true. Yeah, it's absolutely true. I mean, you are drinking my pee, whether you like it or not, way on the other side of the world. It will get to you very quickly. Yeah. I mean, they did those things with like little boats and stuff, which they sent out, and they would like from England, they'd arrive in New York and all sorts of things just from the water currents. Yeah. But yeah, no water, and it is, and that's why every time I drink water, I or use my water tap in my kitchen, I energize the tap in my kitchen. Just everybody, yeah. I'm doing it. I might as well like add another word in it too. It's not such a big deal.
And I water like in a filter pitcher, and then I have words, positive, like love, peace,
Yeah,
blah blah blah, whatever, all over it as well. So I mean, even a bell water and clear your water
yeah,
energetically, and you can put intention into it, whatever you want. Like just kind of think about it. Ask the bell to bring that to the water, and then it will.
yeah,
When I'm doing crystals with water, crystals can be in water, and not all crystals should be. Malachite, for instance, is toxic. So you don't necessarily like I don't put them in my water, but I'll put them around. When I'm making frequency
around
water,
it.
I put them
Yeah,
around the because it's not like the glass container is gonna
mm.
pull energy out. It doesn't work that way.
And I
So
found when I
just nearby
did a
is
lot
good.
with that crystal water, um, if I didn't need it, it would be really bitter and nasty. Mm. I could do it again
Yeah,
2 weeks
makes
later and
sense.
it was sweet and wonderful. So a good bet is always just plain quartz crystal or rose quartz. Rose quartz is just my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And Scotty puts
absolutely.
quartz in
Help
his
people.
5-gallon
Quartz,
bottles. Yeah,
quartz,
that's
quartz,
awesome.
quartz. And it's just really important for everybody to. I don't like people to tell me to do anything, but this is something you should really do. Is just have a small quartz crystal, nothing fancy, with you in your wallet, in your pocket, around your neck, because slowly, the crystals are starting to activate.
Mm-hmm.
And as I said, remember that it's over 80% of the earth is made of quartz crystal. So we're connecting. And don't
Yeah,
forget to clean it.
yeah.
But don't forget to clean it. Yeah. Yeah, orange quartz. You get some really nice red ones in Africa. It's a lot. It's got him. Oh, it's really close to forgotten. I used to have a lot of it. But anyway, orange, yeah. It's just plain quartz. Plain quartz, you can make it do anything you want it to. It's quite magical. Yeah. Okay, my loves. Thank you, everybody. And
Yeah, thanks for coming.
yeah,
And thanks for having me, Krista.
an absolute pleasure, my love. I hope that you will be on again quite soon with us. And all the best with your new term in life.
Sorry?
The best in with your new energy that you're bringing into your life.
Mm,
May you find something really wonderful that fills with you.
thank,
Yeah. Oh, just
yeah,
a quick question.
yeah.
Do you have a musical background behind you?
Do I have musical background? I had organ lessons when I was a kid. And oh,
Okay.
and then of
Obviously,
course recorder and ukulele because we learned those in school
yeah.
too.
Okay, so it's
So
there.
recorder
So
in like
music
grade,
is always there. Yeah.
yeah, grade four,
And please
five, and
sing
then
some more for us.
yeah, and then ukulele
Yeah.
was fun, lots of fun, and I was even in like special ukulele, which is like the group that actually enjoyed went and performed stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's just interesting that you're working with the sound again. Yeah, the
yeah,
frequency, the
yeah,
vibration. Yeah. Lovely, lovely.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah,
Bless you, namaste, and may all the very, very, very blessed. Keep us posted what's happening and lots and
mm-hmm.
lots of blessings that you find something where you can start to use the
Yeah.
work that
Thank you.
vibrates in
Yeah.
your soul. Yeah. And everybody else too, have the most amazing, amazing day.
Oh, Scotty.
I like people that blow their own trumpets, Scotty. Goodbye, my angel. Take good care of yourself. And yeah, we definitely need to, like, I want to talk about Saraswati. And that's how
Mm,
the chakras vibrate with that. It's very interesting. Love, 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 love,
yeah.
love you, love.
Love, love,
Bye.
love. Okay. Bye,